Let's talk about patience. It's such a deal breaker if you want to be happy. You got to learn how to be patient. This is a really big one for me. I'm naturally one of the least patient people I know. Full transparency, I'm not a master at patience at all. I just want things to happen fast. I don't want them to happen now. And I've always been that way since I was small. One time my sister brought me over these amazingly beautiful stargazer lilies, and they were brand new and super fresh, so the buds were still closed. They hadn't opened up yet. And after a day or two, I started getting really impatient. And this is going to sound so ridiculous. I'm almost embarrassed to even admit this next part. But I decided it was time for them to open up. And if they weren't going to do it on their own, then I was just going to help them open up. Yeah, so that's where my patience level was at. And on a side note, how often in life do we pretend that we're helping other people, other places, things, situations, when actually we're trying to force someone or something to be the way that we want it to be? I mean, that's just something to think about. It's something I need to think about. Well, you know what happened when I so helpfully peeled open the little buds so that they could bloom faster? Well, the first one I tried to open up, it just literally fell apart into the pieces, like into little pieces in my hand. And I was like, oh, whoops, that didn't work well. And then the next morning, all of the other lilies had just magically opened up overnight. If you've ever had stargazer lilies, it just happens, boom, they're open. And they were just stunning. They were gorgeous. But there was one stem that was completely bare because of my helping. The stem where I had tried to force an early blooming situation was sticking out like an embarrassing reminder of my impatience. And I'm regretting that because it was such a great metaphor that was kind of the beginning of me recognizing that I had an issue. And how often in our lives do we ruin things by rushing them? Is there anything in your life that you're trying to rush? I catch myself sometimes rushing things or wishing time would speed up, especially if I'm bored. Like, just get this over with, hurry up. But at least now I know that that's not the problem. Time isn't the problem. The problem is when I try to speed up or slow down time instead of, which I can't do by the way, but in trying to, I'm making myself miserable, instead of just being present in the moment and trusting the unfolding. If I had trusted that lily to do its job and unfold in its own due time without force or pressure, I would have had 5 beautiful flowers instead of 4. I think there's a metaphor in that. Is there a person, place, or thing that you could give a little more trust to and let that person, place, or thing just kind of, that situation naturally unfold into whatever it needs to be? Trust that with a little time and faith, things are going to fall into place or come into full bloom. So let's do a little experiment for the rest of the day. Whenever you feel yourself rushing or being impatient with yourself, with someone else, with a situation, remind yourself that I trust the perfect timing of my life. I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. And let's do that little mantra just for fun. Or, feel free to reword it to something that feels natural. But try that thought on and see how it feels. See how it feels in here. And if you like that feeling, keep it. Because there is plenty of peace to go around. I'm Beck Sato. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon. Love you. Mwah.